Welcome to the Green Thumb Club, where we explore how to make our schools and our world healthier and more sustainable. I'm your host, MJ Nicholson, and today we're discussing plant-based food options in the U.S. public education systems and how they can improve both student health and environmental sustainability. We're diving into the benefits, challenges, and potential changes that could make a real difference for both students and the planet. We've all seen the rise of different diets in the 21st century. From keto to vegan to gluten-free, people are exploring how food can improve their health. But for many students in public schools, health isn't always a choice. In fact, healthier food options are often out of reach, either too expensive or simply not offered. In lower-income communities, processed and less nutritious foods are often the most accessible, leading to a cycle of poor health outcomes. Now let's take a closer look at how this impacts both health and the planet. According to a study by Springman and others, transitioning to plant-based diets can reduce global mortality rates by 6 to 10%, but that's not all. The same research shows that adopting more plant-based foods could cut food-related greenhouse gas emissions by a staggering 29 to 70%. This isn't just a health win, but a win for the environment as well. So how exactly does plant-based food help the environment? The key is in the resources it takes to produce animal-based products. Animal agriculture is a huge contributor to greenhouse gas emissions. In fact, about 25% of global greenhouse gas emissions come from the meat and dairy industries alone. This is primarily due to land use, water consumption, and the emissions associated with raising animals. When we opt for plant-based food instead, we're significantly reducing the environmental footprint of our meals. For example, plant-based drinks like almond or oat milk produce far fewer greenhouse gas emissions compared to cow's milk. Switching even small portions of a meal to plant-based options could have an enormous impact on the planet. Let's dig into some more research to back this up. According to Kaniyama and others, one way schools can help improve sustainability is by reducing red meat and dairy in their meal programs. They found that doing so could reduce greenhouse gas emissions by up to 28% without sacrificing nutritional value. This is huge. Imagine if every school in the U.S. made this small adjustment. What could the impact be on a national scale? According to Isaacs, experts across the globe are echoing the urgency of making these changes. The Paris Agreement, a landmark international treaty on climate change, sets a goal to limit global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius. The reality is, we are approaching a tipping point where climate change could become irreversible, but there's hope. Research is showing that one of the fastest, most effective ways to reduce our global emissions is by changing the way we eat. According to Badia and others, accounting for about 30% of the total greenhouse gas emissions at the global level, the contribution of ecological food chains to global warming is significant. Among the human diet, animal products, mainly processed meat, have a higher environmental burden than other food types, particularly considering energy utilization and greenhouse gas production matched with food mass and protein. Plant-based dietary practices are less demanding on nature and require few natural resources for production, thereby addressing a portion of these environmental issues from the roots. Essentially, by shifting our food systems, we can create a massive positive impact on climate change and slow down global warming. Now I know what you're thinking. Plant-based foods still face challenges. For one, they're not always as widely available as meat-based products, and they can be more expensive to produce. As De Silva and others pointed out, factors like cost, production, techniques, and consumer acceptance still limit the growth of plant-based options. However, the research shows that the demand for plant-based foods is steadily rising, and as more companies enter the market, prices are expected to drop. This is why continuous research and investment in plant-based food innovation are essential. And this is where schools can play a pivotal role. By introducing plant-based options into their cafeterias, schools can set an example for students, teaching them how simple changes in their diets can contribute to both personal health and the health of the planet. Transitioning to plant-based food in schools isn't just about nutrition, it's about instilling values of sustainability that students can carry into adulthood. To put it all together, let's talk about the big picture. Climate change, global warming, and resource depletion are major threats to our planet's future. The food we eat plays a huge role in these issues. In fact, food consumption is one of the largest contributors to climate change, deforestation, and the destruction of biodiversity. As Philippine and others noted, a global change in dietary habits could be the single most effective and rapid intervention to reduce anthropic pressure on the planet. By moving toward plant-based diets, we can not only reduce our environmental impact, but we can also improve human health, lowering rates of heart disease, obesity, and other diet-related illnesses. Transitioning to plant-based diets on a mass scale, particularly in public schools, is one of the most impactful things we can do right now. Schools are powerful influencers. They serve meals to millions of children every day. If plant-based alternatives were more widely available, we'd see a ripple effect, where students learn healthier habits and environmental awareness grows from a young age. The research is clear. Plant-based diets can lower greenhouse gas emissions, improve health outcomes, and reduce the environmental burden of our food systems. Schools, as institutions that influence future generations, have the power to lead the charge in promoting sustainability and health. Transitioning to plant-based diets in schools isn't just a nutritional shift, it's a way to instill lasting values of sustainability and well-being in the next generation. As we wrap up, let's remember this: small changes add up. While plant-based alternatives may not yet be the norm everywhere, they are becoming more accessible, and we're starting to see the benefits of introducing them into school systems. By doing so, we'll improve not just the health of students, but the health of the planet as well. Thanks for joining us today on the Green Thumb Club. Let's keep working towards a more sustainable and healthier future. Until next time.